and thank you for joining me, Alyssa Arundell, for your November 2020 tarot card reading. Really honoured that you're sharing your space with me here for this video. If you would like to check out your free 3-card tarot reading, you can do so by clicking on the link down beneath this video, or indeed reach out to myself for a live one-to-one reading. But without further ado, let's get into this month and see what information holds for your specific zodiac sign. Hello you lovely Virgos, and thank you so much for joining me here for your November 2020 tarot card reading. It's an honour to be with you. So let's check out what is going on for you this month. We'll start off with your present situation, and here Virgo we have the Queen of Cups. This is about feeling loved, feeling attractive, feeling wanted, feeling needed, and just generally nurtured. Whether it's you that's giving some of that nurturing, or whether you're feeling that you're receiving a lot more love and tenderness. So I think that month starts off for you, Virgo, with this gentle yet very powerful energy of this loving mother figure is what she is. So it could represent a female in your life who gives you some support, but it could also represent just that general feeling of being cared for. But what is blocking you? Oh, well, this is a tricky situation to come up for you, Virgo. You have the Tower. The Tower really represents our lives falling apart. It's usually something that happens quite swiftly. If we look at the image speaks 1,000 words. And we have here a tower. There's 2 people, they've fallen out. It's on fire, it's been hit by lightning. And it's just a chaotic scene all around. But there are a couple things to notice here. First of all, the tower is built on sand, which is not the best foundation for anything to be built upon, because it's not as solid as some other foundations. So you could say it was a matter of time before this disaster struck, because it wasn't ever built on something firm. The second thing to look at is the people are maybe bruised and, maybe even a bit concussed, but they're not dead, right? They will survive this. So I think in terms of your life, Virgo, it's asking yourself, what isn't safe? What isn't structured? What in your life feels not right? Because as fast as the Tower comes in and messes life up, if we follow the breadcrumbs back, we can often see the red flags that we have been ignoring. So in terms of a relationship, it could mean an infidelity or a breakup, but you saw the signs. There is definitely something that is going to be shaken up in your world, but the Tower has a bad reputation because it doesn't always represent something negative. A lot of people pull this card before they have a massive life change, like they give birth, or they win the lottery, or something that turned your world literally upside down. It could be that a lover comes into your life that just makes you see life in a whole different way. So some changes is the biggest message rather to take from this card, Virgo. So I hope that will make you feel a little bit better about the Tower, even though it can be challenging. Change is ultimately very, very good for our growth in life. So what is your actual foundation? We've been talking about foundations, but your actual foundation is the 3 of Swords. Again, Virgo, I'm really sorry. We're only at the start of the reading though, so things can get better. But we have the 3 of Swords comes up. This card typically represents loss, grief. It can mean a breakup or a divorce of some kind. I do feel that someone is going to be going out of your life. This can be a betrayal. It could be a friendship, maybe your friend hasn't been honest with you, or sometimes things just fizzle out as well. It doesn't make it any less painful. I definitely feel like there are some changes where things are going to be leaving your life, and there is going to be an element of sadness over that this month. Please don't feel like you just have to pick yourself up straight away, Virgo. Allow yourself to go through any processes of grief. This could be grief from a while ago. This could be something that happened a long time ago that you haven't quite dealt with yet, and something reminds you of it. It could be a past loved one. So I don't want you to get fearful about this month. I just want you to know that if you need to cry, if you need to scream, if you need to just let go, do that. Your past situation here is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords has this very steely exterior. She comes across as not very emotional, but actually under that she's very funny. She has a bit of a dark sense of humour. Have you been trying to cover your pain with humour, Virgo? In fact, I personally think it's quite a good way of dealing with pain, to make light of things, because it really helps us to discuss difficult topics, but in a jovial way, and that's why a dark sense of humour is sometimes quite therapeutic. But at the same time, we don't just want to be skimming over these emotions, right? So if you have, like we said, got these things that are really lingering on from your past, please soften up on yourself. Give yourself that space for that nurture, like that Queen was asking you to do, that Queen of Cups. Give yourself the space to heal. So your spiritually crowning card is fantastic. You've got the Wheel of Fortune here. You're definitely starting off on a new chapter of your life, Virgo. Now, for each of you, that's going to be different, because you've all got different circumstances. But for the most part, this is the wheel is turning. It's card 10. There is going to be an ending, that's for sure. But with every ending comes a new beginning. And I think fortune could smile upon you. So you could see you being financially rewarded in some way, or materially rewarded, or even spiritually rewarded for the decisions that you are making. However tough they may be, there is a massive rewards for making those tough choices. So your immediate future, we're moving more into sort of the middle of the month now. We've got the 7 of Pentacles. This is about planting seeds. It's about planning. This could be planning a trip. This could be planning a new enterprise or new business. Or it could be planning on how you're going to leave a toxic relationship, or how you're going to leave a toxic work environment. So it's not like you're jumping into things. You're actually making a constructive plan. You're going to have some contingencies, and I think that's going to give you a really sound state of mind this month, that actually you can cope with any changes because you have a plan. Now, obviously plans change, things don't always fall into place, but I think if you've just got the foundations of something to work on, that could be really helpful. Your state of mind for this month is the Emperor. This is about being assertive, making decisions, getting very organized, and being very disciplined with yourself. He is he's not a cold person, but he's a stern person. He's very interested in what is right and what is fair. And you're being asked to not budge on your morals. If something is very morally important to you, it is very important that you stick to your guns, and that you are not swayed into somebody else's way of thinking just because it's easier in the moment. So I definitely feel some massive assertiveness coming through for you, Virgo, this month, which is just going to be awesome. Now, your outside influence is the Devil. We have another major arcana card. It's a really important month for you. The Devil is temptation. It can be about reverting back into old habits. So this is your outside influence. I feel it's something that you've given up, you've moved away from, whether this is an addiction, whether this is a toxic friendship, a toxic family relationship, a toxic lover. Again, be different for everyone, but you've moved forwards from this person or this situation that keeps pulling you in, and they may well make an appearance again for you this month. It's completely up to you how you handle it. I would never tell anybody how to live their lives, but I will say you moved on from it for a reason. And I think before you get lured or tempted back into that situation, just remind yourself of why you left it in the first place. Now, your hopes and fears for this month. Another major arcana card. Wow, Virgo, guys, this is going to be an action pack. It's going to be a month you remember. Remember November, right? It's judgment. I think you're going to make some very clear judgment calls this month. Again, a lot of this is going to be based on your moral compass, what you will accept, what you won't accept. Just because, you know, 5, 10 other people don't see a problem with it, doesn't mean that you have to follow suit. So you got to keep going back to your soul and asking your soul, am I okay with this? Am I okay with the way my life is going? Am I okay with the decisions and choices that I'm making? I think this month you're very much going to keep going backwards and forwards, checking in with that compass. And then your outcome for this month is the 4 of Coins reversed. The 4 of Coins generally means that you're feeling a little bit apathetic. You're not quite sure where to go, but it is reversed. So I do feel a bit of that apathy is going to lift. I feel as though you're going to have a bit more spark. You're not going to feel full of vitality, I don't think, but you're going to have a much clearer direction to go. It's so, with so many majors, you know, and so many changes, you've got that loss and grief coming up. You've had to deal with it by acting like you can handle it all and having, you know, a dark sense of humour about it. But you're making plans now to move forward. You're becoming more assertive. You're perhaps saying no to bad habits. You're really trusting your judgment. And then by the end of the month, I think you're definitely more able to move forward in a structured way that is going to serve your higher good, and serve your life purpose. So there you have your monthly tarot card reading for November 2020. Thank you again for sharing your space with me throughout this video. If you'd like to check out your free 3-card tarot reading, once more you can do so by clicking the link down beneath this description box. But thank you so much for joining me, and until we speak again next month, take care, stay safe, and many blessings. Alyssa.